I'm a citizen of this country. I'm a citizen of this country. If I want to shout, I have the right to shout. People are inside the bush. Children are inside the bush. Teachers are being beheaded. And you are telling me that I should talk to you calmly. I should talk to you calmly. For what? For what? For what? You don't know your job? You should have gone to the bush.
People come out from my area and be talking, say, if Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the letter come announce saying that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan win this election, all the Christians wait there for the area, then go on alive them. This one is the reality of life. See, if you are watching me from Borno State, Maiduguri, please comment it. Tell them exactly what happened.
You as a police officer, we no fear enter bush, go find kidnappers. You as a soldier, we no fear enter bush, go find kidnappers. Now come see me for road, now I call the one they want me, now I call the first that the crack gone for me. Bro, I saw mighty God there.
On your corner, Babia, Ada Chuke. Fulani herdsmen have a taga nibo. Jekwado Kwonwagi, Jekwado Nwagi, Abakle Kebununo, Aguleri Kebununo, Aba Kebununo. Anyaman Chekwe, Mahakon Kenugu State, Konke Ebonyi State, Konka Anambra State, Kaiwa Mayfair. No!
Even police, I don't know, allegedly. Even police, they are also the bandits because according to the story, those people are on police uniform. They take them inside the bush. From there, they carry them, go, what did that happen? They don't.
And to a system Haji Batana Libo. Hanobes na Libo sense. System Haji Bata, for the hand on Imoya, or for the hand, Nei, Efendem Army, Bro White Healers, hand on a town, and when then on a town, and when then on Imoya.
Yes, the problem with us is that we shy away from the truth. But now, nobody can shy away from the truth again because lives are involved everywhere now. So people have now wake up and face the reality. That is the condition we are now. Let me tell you something. There is this thing that has been happening. Because I stayed in the north, not so much, but I've been in the north for some time. I tell you that even those times that a Christian will win the presidency, these guys do go and start attacking the Christians, even to the extent of killing. Do you know, you remember or you are aware of that? Now, threats are coming in that even if Goodluck Jonathan is announced the winner of the election, that's meaning that if he's a Christian that wins the presidency, that they are going to unalive everybody. I'm going to show you the video that where the threat is coming from. You see uniform people, armed uniform people. I think their concentration now should be where these guys that kidnap our citizens, our rightful citizens are. Why can't we collaborate and give help to these people? What is the problem? People are now wondering how can just few people hold about 300 million people hostage. What is happening? Well, let's start with this video.
If Tinubu win 2027, if Tinubu rig this election 2027 and APC come out and tell Nigeria said Tinubu win. See, let me tell you, there is nothing like peaceful protest. Like now, wow. Like people who come out violently to be capping people. I'm not joking. I'm telling you the reality. Based on what I'm seeing right now. See, let me tell you my life experience. The thing where I don't experience during Buhari regime. See, that time where Buhari and Goodluck, if people come out from my area and be talking, say, if Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the letter come announce saying that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan win this election, all the Christians wait there for the area, then go on alive them. This one is the reality of life. See, if you are watching me from Borno State, Maiduguri, please comment it. Tell them exactly what happened. Like, a lot of people, see, I think they announced that election that time in the evening, yeah? If you see, when I go to my bus stop, things where my eyes see, bro, people, they don't mount guards, they don't guide, then they wait. May they go announce the election until Nigeria say good luck the Janeta win. Now wow. And now there is no way you go tell me say for this country now say Tinubu will win. Because the reality is here. Everybody, there is no like majority of people for this country now, they don't want this man. And you people, I'm not threatening you, those people where they campaign for Tinubu, but make una be guided. Because Nigeria now, the thing don't hold them for neck. The thing don't hold them for neck. Be guided who you are campaigning to. See the two way they happen up and down for this country now. See, are you not ashamed of yourself campaigning for this government? Like, don't you have a future? You, and now you are don't you have a future? Please let me ask you. Now, today, if they announce say Tinubu win this election 2027, you where they watch me now. What will be the first way go call your mind?
See, injustice done to one is injustice done to other. That is what we fail to realize ab initio. You know, the way we handle this injustice is affecting all of us now. When they were killing the Biafrans, if people have stood up and said, no, this is what Aburi agreed, we must stand on Aburi, it shouldn't get to this level. Am I telling lies? If the other Nigerians have stood up and said, no, to go on, no, Aburi said this, Aburi, this is what Aburi said, we must stand on it, let's stop this thing. But now, everything is going back to them. Everything that happened in Biafra land is now going back. Are we talking about the Middle Belt? Or are we talking about Southwest? It's going back to everybody. Everybody must hear it. That is the situation now. Well, the people are now complaining bitterly, protest here and there, that they must go and rescue their people in the bush. You don't blame them. Because now they are realizing that if these things are allowed, these guys are shifting. They are watching to see what the way people will react to this one before they now shift ground again. So people are now realizing that formula and they want to react, you know, to this situation. Let's see what people are saying before we continue. Don't miss any part of this video. It's vital.
All those children have been living inside the bush, inside the rain, inside the sun. The highest purpose of it is that the kidnappers, the bandits, are now using fire to burn these streets. All of us, we saw it on social media. It's not the news. It's not the news anymore. We saw it. And all these people, they are very callous. They don't have the fear of God in them. And this is Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us. It doesn't belong to Tinubu. It doesn't belong to Sanwo-Olu. And we are telling them.
You as a police officer, we no fear enter bush, go find kidnappers. You as a soldier, we no fear enter bush, go find kidnappers. Now come see me for road. Now I call the one they want me. Now I call the phone saying that the crack gone for me, bro. I saw mighty God then. And me could follow na the yarn. I saw mighty God then. You know now I try that rubbish and when I was made for road there, bro. Maybe because say I all deal on my own. Now I call carry gun. Now I call they threaten me. If I not kill me, I'll kill one of you now. Because time all this shit will be saying, me I know the dread though. Anything I want to do, I know they do. I know they dread anybody for this platform because this country, everybody don't fuck up. And money. Everybody, people they die, nobody care. People they die, nobody care. For Gbomo should never kill this man with them at school. Gbomo should never kill this man. Principal. Person will wake up in the morning, we dressing one with student, they kidnap her, they kill her. They say they have to pass message to the government. Governor of the state. Nothing say, nothing appoint soldiers, nothing appoint securities. May they enter that bush, may they go locate people who see this side that bush. They'll come outside, they'll deceive us. How long do they deceive us? Are we a fool? Nigeria, when I wake up, when I wake up, anybody, any soldier, any police, when they say they see me, they make man, they crack gun, say, bro, I be citizen, I don't be animal, I be citizen. Now do a pair if you don't understand.
This is urgent. Nigeria is sinking. Can you imagine 9-month-old baby and others are staying in the bushes like this under the rain, under the guns of the terrorists? These few people that are less than 100,000 cannot imprison 250 million people. I feel the pain. Look at this video. Nigerians, we cannot be walking. It's time. It's a state of emergency. Nigeria must be locked down. We must come out in mourning from the 12th to the 14th. 3 days national mourning everywhere. Muslims, Christians, we must come out and take our country. Nigeria cannot sink before us. Now is the time. Now is the time. You can't imagine those people, children, 40-something in Borno and 40-something in Oyo and other places. I feel the grief as a father and a grandfather. Now is the time we must shut down schools, shut down everything, and let's mobilize to reclaim our nation. June is a month we will reclaim. Look at this video. Child sitting in the blood of his own mother killed. Look at it. This is happening right in your country. We can't be running business as usual. This is injury time, and it's for all. Let's not allow the politicians destroy this country. Let's help them. Now, this is what I want us to do. Let's take responsibility of our internal security. Every street, we must mobilize volunteer vigilantes that will take over so that the mobile police force and the army can all move into the forest and clean up and confront these terrorists together with our community leaders. Let's take our country. Let's give them the support that is required. You can give them fuel. You can support them with whatever manpower. This is Nigeria now. It is not about the presidency. It's not about anybody. Let's not allow them. It's time we take responsibility and take our country. Watch this video.
Yes, my own is to let you guys know what I discovered, and my job is to discover some of these things and let us know and be on alert. If these things are happening in the West, even Lagos, Abuja, what do you think, or why do you think that it will not happen in the Southeast? Just give me one reason. And how do we protect ourselves 100%? There are rumors that we are being infiltrated. There are rumors, but I will not be the one to listen to it alone. I will show you guys what the update is talking about. Yes, not one person, not two people. They are giving us update about this. How do we prepare ourselves? Because if these guys finish with others, they are coming to the rest of the place that they have not conquered. That is the game. Let's see the update of the Southeast situation, what people are saying.
Many things they happen. Many things they happen. Only serious go save us. Many things they happen. Oga Fulani herdsmen abatage Enugu State. Okwenoria. My followers, please, I'm going to be offline for complete 2 days. Why? Because onyo kuna babia ada chuoke. Fulani herdsmen abataga Igbo. Je kwado okwu onwe gi. Je kwado onwe gi. Abakaliki ka ebe unu nọ. Aguleri ka ebe unu nọ. Aba ka ebe unu nọ. Anya ma nchekwe ma ha konke Enugu State, konke Ebonyi State, konke Anambra State ka iwe mee ife. No! Una ha bataga Enugu State. Every single Igbo youth kwesịrị eje ebe a. We need to flush them away. Tell that Okobi Fa just yesterday, day before yesterday, 30th of May. I can regret ụmụnne anyị egburu na Biafran war. As if that wasn't enough. As if when they as a Fulani herdsmen. So erapu your own land. A batana somebody's land. Na-egbu ya for no reason. Achọkwa m ịma o. Biko no achọ m ịyọ unu. Ogwe for keta. Achọkwa m send the message to Nigeria government. I don't want to beg anybody for justice. I don't want to beg anybody for help. Northerners, they are crying to government. Nothing. Yoruba people, they are crying to government. Nothing. Then me, if Tinubu cannot save Yoruba people, Tinubu can save me. It's not possible. Tinubu, you are a madman. Now, bikonu, achọkwa m ịyọ unu. Eburu onye Hausa, eburu onye Yoruba. Ọkwa mmanụ na ba ben nage. Ka amarụkwa onye bụ onye. Onye ọbụla anwudo n'aka kịta asị na ebo Fulani, amakwa m nke wụ herdsmen, amakwa m nke wụ bandit, amakwa m nke wụ kidnapper. Nke ọbụla anwudo at all. Yeah. You know what it means. Because anyị ma bụ ndị Igbo, Nnamdi Kanu etigo mkpu a tie mkpu a kịta ka ifo jee sikwa onwe gị ego idebe na bank enwekwa uru ọ bara gị. Ma ndịkwa ndụ rie ego a. Jekwe sie onwe gị. Jekwe sie onwe gị. Jekwe sie onwe gị. Jee sie onwe gị. Government is not there for you. Government is moving with armor tank. Government is moving with bulletproof car. then you yourself ordinarily to go and protect yourself. Audacious is real. Audacious is real. You have to protect, and bear it in mind though. I don't want anybody to come to me, whether you're a policeman or DSS or whatever. You go come to me and tell me that what I posted on social media is against anything. Be careful. I'm talking about my life. I have to protect my life. Bikonu. I'm going offline for 2 days. I'm going to return on 4th. So today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow, I will not be available. Because this is, I cannot fold my arms and die. No. Igbo people, we are not known like that. That's not the life of Igbo people. We always take action. Auxiliary people, it's time for us to get ready. Abakeleke, Orugoni Funo no Moya, Oifunja Pogono. Umuaba, how far? And I'm about Fulani Kitty Hebu 9 on Enugu State. We need to go and flush this airway Kapagawa. No mercy. Bikonu, you as an Igbo man, I want to send you this message. Go and prepare yourself. Go and use that money in your bank and prepare yourself. Go and sell that land you buy with your money to protect yourself. Why? Because you are not going to be alive to eat all those things you think you have. You as a businessman, you think you don't have chance for your life. Your people are in the village. These people are coming for your people in the village. And if I hear say Fulani herdsmen tamper with any of my own person, well, I know they even wait to make them tamper my own person. As I hear say them kill somebody for Enugu State, that one is enough for me to take action. Fulani herdsmen. Everybody is complaining to Nigeria government. As if Fulani herdsmen no be human being. Fulani herdsmen, what is your mission in this zoological country? What is your mission? So that nonsense what una dey do for north, una carry am enter Yoruba land, una no fear face to enter as in make we run for una. Abi, make we run. Enough is enough. Go and protect yourself. So for those of you that are following me, for this time now, go day offline. Make I go know what I go do myself. Our ancestors are wise.
After mechara video na enwere attack na ha na plan ime attack na ala Igbo, mee ihe ụra na-etete ka mmadụ na-akpọ m na-asị m na emeela one attack na ala Igbo already na Enugu State. Ama m unu confirm ya, odo na ọ sị na ọ ga-esendịrị m video ya. A na-aga inwekwu more attack na ala Igbo. Antu enwere system ha ji bata na ala Igbo. Ha nọbesi na ala Igbo sense. System ha ji bata, ụfọdụ ha nọ n'ime ọhịa, ụfọdụ ha na-eyi efe ndị army buru white healers. Ha nọ na town, enwe ndị nọ na town, enwe ndị nọ n'ime ọhịa. Ha surrender ala Igbo niile. Ha nọcha everywhere. Ndị nke a na-eyi uniform ndị army na-ebu white healers nọ everywhere na ala Igbo. And ha nwe bidoro their own operation since. So ihe m na-ekwu okwu ya na-awụ, achọrọ m ka akpọ onye ọbụla wụ youth leader of Igbo youth leader. I need the Igbo youth leader. And I need the amamde a na-akpọ ndị Igbo Ọhaneze youth. I don't know them. And we also need them now. We need to organize Operation Sweep Our Bush. Anything ihe ọbụla anyị hụrụ n'ime ọhịa, ma ị bụ onye Igbo, ma ị bụ onye Hausa, ma ị bụ onye Yoruba, as long as na anyị hụrụ gị n'ime ọhịa, ịghọla anụ eriri eri. Ị bụ onye Igbo, ị bụ onye Hausa, ị bụ onye Yoruba, as long as na agara n'ime ọhịa hụ gị ebe nọ n'ime ọhịa ala Igbo, ị ga-ahọrịrị anụ. Ihe anyị na-aga bụ hunter, anyị bụ ndị na-achụ anụ. So ihe niile anyị hụrụ n'ime ọhịa bụ anụ to us. So anyị ga-enwere ihe a na-akpọ Operation Clean Our Bush in Igbo land, and it must be organized. Unu gbakwa nkịtị, unu gba nkịtị, unu gba nkịtị, mmiri ga-erikwa onye ọwụla. We must to stop these people. Ndị nọ n'ime town nọrị n'ime town already na-eme operation. Ndị nke a na-esite n'ime ọhịa na anụ m na ha strike ala Enugu na. All information m na-enweta again na ha strike ala Enugu. Igbo youth must stand up. Ka ihe na-eme dị unu eme self. Why can't you people stand up? Unu amaghị otu nna unu si gbagide. Ma nna unu ma ha bụ warriors. Ha ga-alụ nwe ọgụ for 3 years. Ọgụ Biafra war. Ha ga-alụ nwe ya. Ha lụsịrị ya with ndị Britain, lụsịrị ya with ndị army, lụsịrị ya with ndị Niger. Ma ha abụghị warriors. Ha ga-alụ nwe ọgụ and like that. You people need to stand up. It is time for us to stand up. Too much of this sleeping is enough. Igbo youth must stand up.
see they talk for other people. I see they talk for other people. They don't kidnap my friend. They don't kidnap my friend for I tell this guy, bro, use flight, come back. They tell me say it costs, fuel cost, this one. Now my brother, since 3 days now, they still there road. They still there road. Information reaching us now from the mama. Oh God, what did you do, mama? From the mama, they say they bring money. Even police, I don't know, allegedly. Even police, they are also the bandits because according to the story, those people are on police uniform. They take them inside the bush. From there, they carry them, go. What did that happen? They don't kidnap my guy for Now the mama place side, and I just go and they come back. Can they do one them? And I know as you see this video now, now to come arrest me, one of the ones. Tinubu, you have failed us. 2027 now war. You see, 2027 now war, no be protest. You see how Nepal take over their country. We will take over our country by fire, by force. Tinubu, we don't want you again. We don't want you. It have touched me. I'm advocating for people. I don't say it will reach my friend Tom. Next turn na me. I don't say next turn na me. I don't say Kennedy, wherever you go, you go come out stronger. You go come out stronger. We go run now. You see that phones, we go run and we go come out stronger. Because everybody from Nigeria na kidnapping that into. Who is supplying those bandits military clothes? Who they supply them clothes? Who they supply them rifle? Who they supply them bullets? In Nigeria, we have air base, air force, we have navy, we have armies, but you cannot locate where bandit is. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? You see APC supporters, just avoid me. Avoid me. God.
Yes, the reactions are endlessly, and with all these things, people are dropping information on daily basis to guide others that are not informed. That is the purpose of these things that we are doing, so that you'll be updated and be in the know of the situation, you see. So having said that one and having watched that video, we are going to, put you in the light of this discussion.
This government is not under the illusion that Nigerians are not suffering. What we are saying...
I'm glad you said that. Because
yes, I've always said that.
When people listen to some of this stuff, right, they feel almost insulted.
No, but I have always said
that you're ramming it down their throats, whilst a lot of the people in the administration are living large, driving fancy cars and traveling abroad and doing all kinds of things. I mean, it would be different if you said, okay, the president said, we're going to cut all this. And people feel that everybody is either on the same level or approximately on the same. You see what I mean? It's that sense that you rub it in their faces. And the other thing is the issue of the differences, that how other problems in society cancel out whatever it is you're saying that you've achieved.
So let me give you an example.
The constant, steady lack of electricity. The constant problem of insecurity, where so many people can't even go to the school you're talking about.
Right. So let me give you a perspective, because I think that, again, perspective will matter in this sense. And I will beg you to give me a moment.
Of course.
The cliche, the rhyme, the rap, the stanza, that is often driven in the media by the opposition and sometimes even by members of the press, because you echo and mirror what's happening. And if the opposition have spoken more than we have spoken, you mirror what they say. Is this same rhetoric? People are poor, people are this, people are
rhetoric.
No, I will come. That's why I say, you give me a moment, because if you cut the flow of thought, then it can carry a very different meaning to it. In 1960, Nigerians complained about hunger, deprivation, poverty, death, and healthcare problem. In 1970, Nigerians have made the same complaint. In 1983, Nigerians complained. In 1998, they did. In 1999, 2003, there has never been a moment since the creation of this country in which there was no complaint about either poverty, healthcare, and the rest.
Well, I beg to differ.
But let me finish. Let me finish. Sorry. There has never been that time.
Yeah.
So if I hear somebody saying this, that, or that, I am not perturbed by that. Now, but the point to be made is, I said, and it bears repeating, and I've been saying that since from the day I started speaking for this government, we acknowledge the fact that Nigerians are suffering. We have our own people that are suffering as well. But we focus on solution and we communicate to the Nigerian people the effort we have made or we are making regarding that. And then urge the Nigerian people to be patient, have faith in government. We will glide through. That has been our consistent message. But oftentimes, it is
basically
taken out.
You want them to re-elect you and continue to wallow in their suffering.
Again, so
whilst you get around to fixing the problem, whenever you finally
so you see,
get
you have
around
taken a position already.
No,
That means we are debating.
I am
I am
asking
not
you,
actually, you are not interviewing me, we are debating.
I am asking you a question.
And
it is a question.
So when I understand
said, so
your
you
question,
want them to
but you don't
re-elect
understand my
you.
answer. But you don't understand my answer.
Look.
You asked about direct effect on the poor. I mentioned that. Acknowledge. I mentioned in the area of healthcare,
but
education.
I talked about the things that cancel out whatever it is you say you're doing.
Okay, then, if you say it cancel them out, my answer will be population. Now, for those who do economics and they understand planning, no matter the acumen, if the resources you have are so scarce that the population consumes.
So why did you make the promises you made at the outset? I mean, there's been an APC government in power since 2015.
Right.
Okay.
I'm here to speak for President Bola Tinubu.
I'm just telling you that there's been a consistent. Are you not a member of the APC?
Yes, I am. But if you want to speak about APC, you speak to the national chairman. I'm speaking about the policies of President Bola Tinubu.
Government. Okay. When you go for re-election,
don't worry. When we get there, we know what to say.
What I'm saying, you're not just going there for President Tinubu. You're going there as a collective body of APC. Okay, that's the support that is given to the president. I'm listening. Now, you also talked about the 1960s and the 1970s. I mean, go and look at the quality of life and the standard of living and compare Nigeria to all the other approximate economies around the world and see how close it was to those economies. When you come to the 1970s, go and look at the standard of living of people, even after the Civil War. Look at what General Gowon did in this country. There was nobody who could say that they didn't feel it. Look at the Udoji payments in the 1970s.
You see, this is what we call mischaracterization and misrepresentation of context.
Where people had the quality of life and the purchasing power of the Naira was so powerful that virtually everybody in this country, from a certain level, could easily just go and buy a vote.
Yes, but since you are interviewing me, let me respond. Since you are interviewing me, let me respond.
No, it's just that you're making
you even missed out the point I was saying. No, you missed it out. Look at your point. You talked about Nigerian people complaining about hunger, poverty, and the rest. The question is not standard of living complaining.
There's a difference between complaint and living.
But unfortunately, you said complaining.
Well,
so I'm responding to that. Except if you retract it, I'll be happy that you retract it.
Let's not waste time on semantics.
Good. So when you mentioned that, my response was, if it is the question of people are suffering, that has been the term since the creation of Nigeria. You switch again, far away from this context, and start talking about standard of living, which was not the basis for the conversation or for your question. So, if you ask a question,
you've just come back from the UK, where you go to regularly to go and chill out
with your money.
No,
am I not right? Am I not entitled to use my money?
No, I'm not saying it's my money.
But am I not? Was I not going to the UK before I was appointed?
What I'm saying, I actually met you in the UK.
Well, I am a resident of the United Kingdom.
But anyway, look, let me move on to something so we don't waste too much time. Okay. Sort of, this sort of back and forth pat ball.
And I hope that you will avoid that.
One of the administration's central promises was to improve security.
Right.
Not just, all the way from 2015 till the present. That was one of your central promises. Yet many communities across Nigeria continue to face worsening banditry, kidnappings, and violent attacks. Why is that?
Good. And I pray to the God of heaven, you will permit me to answer.
Please.
Right. So we talked about the situation of Nigeria, right? We talked about Nigerian bordering countries that lead up to Sahel. We talked about, and it's a fact that the world can tell, the influx of terrorists into this terrain. In the month of May alone, we acknowledge the fact that we have seen these activities of the insurgents, the bandits. And it is so unfortunate that it is happening at a time when we are close to the election, which you see most of this crisis economy thing. But we try to tell Nigeria, because there are individuals who are in the forest as we speak tonight. They lose their loved ones because they are dying in the forest so we can have a free life. And it will not be fair to our security forces in the bush, in desert, in towns, engaging with these terrorists for us to sit here and talk about no success is made or that.
But you're not giving them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about your policies. We're talking about your approach to security.
Okay,
we're
listen.
talking about how you, as a government, deals with insecurity.
Okay, permit me one second.
I'm not talking about the soldiers.
Okay, permit.
If you go and look at those soldiers, they will say to you that they're not getting the equipment they need to do the job. They will say to you that the percentage of the budget that has been released for them to do their job is minuscule.
I'll be happy to answer when you come to me and say they said, not they will tell you. But let me not be distracted by that. In the month of May alone, listen, the joint airstrike between the Nigeria and the US killed 175 terrorists in the northeast, and several foreign ISIS trainers from Iraq were allegedly among the people that were killed. 2 days later, there was a strike that also resulted in the killing.
Allegedly, don't you know that you're a government spokesman?
What I am saying the report. Airstrike reportedly neutralized about 176 terrorists. And please don't distract, because you will soon say time has gone. I want to, you see, this government is not, we are not being fair with the government.
Because
several foreign trainers from Iraq were allegedly killed, right?
Yeah.
Now, Borno strikes targeted ISWAP camp, logistic hub, weapons, their cache, financial networks, and the surrounding. Now, intelligence reports suggest that the disrupted terrorists are those we killed. That area was for training, drone operation, and command structures. Let me also say, the key leaders of the terrorists that were killed were Abu Bilal al-Munuki, Abu al-Wahab, Abu Musa al-Mangawi, Abu al-Mata. These are major people, and the clearance operation is still ongoing. Joint military operation in Hadinkai with the US 2 days later on the 30th of May also killed about 21 ISWAP. The camp were probably destroyed. The troops of the 12th Brigade of Nigerian Army rescued 23 kidnapped passengers in Kogi. The abduction occurred along blah, 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 blah. Then you see the number of the troops responded. You see the Toyota and the victims recovered. These people ran away. The troops of Operation Fazang Yamma rescued 31 kidnapped victims and neutralized 5 terrorists. 31 kidnapped victims were rescued. 5 terrorists were neutralized. You come back on the 19th of May in Edo security operation. Troops of 4th Brigade Nigerian Army arrested 12 suspected kidnappers and collaborators and drug operation kickpin. They were nabbed. Then you come back again, you see all suspects and recovered items were handed over to the police. Whilst we talk about the suffering, whilst we talk about the killings, while we talk about the kidnap also going on, we also as government deem it fit to bring to the Nigerian people.
Let me tell you
the progress that the Nigerian government and the President Bola Tinubu's late administration is making in this regard, as a way of encouraging them to know that government is doing its best, and we are going to put that one behind us.
Well, you didn't answer the question that I asked you. They're getting a tiny percentage of the budget they need to carry out.
The reason why I did not answer, because it wasn't a question. You say if you ask them. You say if you ask them.
Look, okay, let's just
you say if you ask them.
Let me say this. You've cited a lot of the elimination of terrorists and criminal leaders and so on. And we commend the Nigerian security
But do you
forces.
emphasize it in the media? You don't.
Excuse me.
But you don't.
We do actually.
No, you don't.
We commend the fact that they do, that they've achieved those things. But many Nigerians judge security by a simple measure: whether they can travel safely on the roads and sleep peacefully at night, whether many communities across the country continue to face worsening banditry, kidnappings, and violent attacks. I'll give you one simple example.
Okay.
In 2016, myself, my driver, and a cameraman, we took the car and drove from here all the way to Daura, to President Buhari's village, hometown, and drove all the way from Daura without any security, nothing, to Calabar in the southeast, stopping in different towns and doing reports from there. I would be insane to think of doing that.
In 2026, members of Arise TV have traveled from Abuja to Kaduna without being
Abuja to Kaduna is a very
but
short.
before,
it's
but
a
before,
2-hour
yes,
drive.
but before Asuwaju
What about
came
the
on,
rest of the country?
I'm coming. Before President Bola Tinubu came on board, you couldn't do that without serious security because it's an every week affair. Yet in 2026, people have been traveling from Abuja to Maiduguri. People have been traveling from Abuja to Adamawa. People have been traveling.
Have you traveled from here to You're from Borno State.
I'm from Borno State.
Have you driven from here to Borno to Maiduguri?
Oh, I don't think the entirety of the interview today.
Well, I'm asking you a question. You're from there. Do you feel secure
I
enough
want to be
drive?
very honest with you.
Right.
I don't think I was called on this interview to answer questions, but to put words to me.
Oh, come
because each time I make the effort to answer, I'm coming. And I'm saying that because you're one of the most prolific and respected, and I still maintain my respect. But I'm saying that so that it doesn't happen tomorrow. When you called us to ask us questions, I beg you in the name of God to allow me to answer. Well, there will always be follow-up. You can rebut it. We don't get that as the governing party. I have to say it clear to Nigerians. Okay. When members of the opposition come here, they have a field day without follow-up, without interrogation.
That's not fair.
There are times where even the members, there are times even members of the media do the opposition case for them instead of allowing them to come and put up the case for themselves.
Right.
Like me, you have never called me and I don't show up.
That is
true. But I hardly get the time to answer the question. That's a fact I have to say. I have never in any media platform raised that. Do you know why I'm raising it before you?
Why?
My respect for you. And I know that you will deal with this situation. There are places I won't say that. I will flow with the moment.
Somebody is texting me, calling it emotional blackmail.
No, look at the other day. Atiku came and got 1 hour. Peter Obi came and got 1 hour.
Atiku didn't get 1 hour. None of them got 1 hour.
But they got more than 30 minutes. I follow your program.
No. If you bring President Tinubu, who is their presidential candidate.
Yes, but
on their level, they competed against President. So bring President.
But if you tell,
we'll give him.
But if you tell me that coming to debunk the two of them will be within the scheduled period of 15 minutes, and you will allow me within that 15 minutes, I'll debunk it.
We didn't give you. We've given you half an hour.
No, it was not half an hour.
It is.
But let us proceed. It's also half an hour.
It is.
Look, I am making a request that because sometimes, let me be honest with you, Mr. Charles.
Yeah.
When a question is put forward, and the person who is being interviewed is unable to land in the flow of thoughts, and midway he's interjected. Sometimes what goes out of the media and becomes a breaking news is a totally mischaracterization of what happened. Well, and I've seen that over time.
Yeah, but I'm sure you understand that you're somebody who's traveled a lot internationally.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard you on the BBC, CNN, and all the rest of it. We give you actually much more time here than they would ever give you on any of those programs.
Is the nature of their program.
Supposed to be
the nature of their program. There was a time a program in Arise. There was a time morning show. They will be interviewing you for close to 3 hours. When they build up a guest, then they started segmenting 20, 30. I'm a media person.
Anyway.
My first contact with you, if you remember, was in London.
Absolutely.
Many years ago on Arise TV, you interviewed me.
That is true.
So we've been around the block. And we're approaching election. It would not be nice that the governing party, just because there are situations for opposition want to take over government and the rest, I don't fear any question. It's the reason I went for Mehdi's program, even though I knew PDP at the time briefed him. So we don't fear.
Yeah.
The government of President Tinubu, the government of President Tinubu is transparent. If we are given the opportunity, I will give you not 1, 10, 20 of what we have done.
Okay. Well, you've spent a lot of time talking about the fact that you're not given an opportunity.
Because it's important.
Because you actually had the opportunity.
No,
you spend that. But now I have the rather
you will ask question, we don't interject. When the minute we open our mouth to start asking
that
questions.
we've run out of time.
Yes, good Nigerians, I thank you for being with me up to this moment. But if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the subscription button, notification bell, like this video, and don't forget to share it. Don't keep it to yourself. If you keep it to yourself, it means that you don't want others to be in the know and to be in the situation of what is happening. So share it and bring your own contribution, comments, so that people will, also bring their own, and from there we proceed. Thank you. I am still Chinedu till I come your way next time.